The next thing we need to do for our employee directory application is configure storage. This application is going to require several types of storage for data. We need to store the operating system, software and system files for the application, and we also need to store static assets like photos for the employee headshot. We also have some more structured data like the name, title, location of each employee. The structured data is going to require a database, which we'll circle back and discuss in a future video. For storing application files and static content, we'll use a combination of instance storage, which we already set up with our EC2 instance. This will hold the OS and the application files. And then in this video, we'll set up our object storage for employee photos. To accomplish this, we'll use Amazon S3. However, Amazon does have a lot of other storage options that can and would work for this, but for simplicity of our application in this demo, let's jump in and get this S3 storage set up. So from the S3 storage dashboard, we'll create a bucket. This bucket will live in a specific region, which needs to be the same as our application. So California West is correct. We're going to name the bucket. It needs to be DNS compliant, so we'll name it Employee Web App 001. No spaces or special characters here. And then we'll scroll down to the bottom, leave everything else default, and create the bucket. Okay, so by default, AWS locks everything down so nobody can access your data. First, actually, let's upload something, and we could test this. So I just clicked upload there, and then I'm going to add files. Desktop, and then I'm going to add in picture. Upload. All right. So we have my picture. We click on it, see what happens here, or click on it, and then we're going to be able to see the object URL. If I click on the object URL right now, it's going to give us an error. So let's go over that in just a second. So basically, this object is not public, and if you want to make it public, you're going to specifically have to allow that. So we'll go to the permissions tab, and we'll show you how to allow that real quick. In this permissions tab here. And then we'll see that block public access is selected as on. We're going to edit that, uncheck block all public access, save changes, type confirm. Okay, then we'll scroll down to access control list, ACL, or object ownership, sorry. And then ACLs enabled. We're going to enable ACLs and then save changes. Acknowledge. Then we're going to go into our object again. We're going to go to actions and make public using ACL. Oops. Object actions, make public using ACL. All right, so let's go ahead and make public. All right, so we're all set there. Close. Then I'm going to go to the URL now. We should have the picture. Here we go. All right, so that works. The thing is, this is useful information, but in the real application, we wouldn't allow everyone access to our data. It's best to control access with IAM policies or bucket policies, which are like IAM policies for buckets. All right, so now that we have our storage set up, we need to link it with our EC2 instance. So we'll go into EC2, pull up our instance. We have Employee Web App 2, which is currently in a dormant mode or stopped mode. And we can basically clone this one. So in the last video, I showed you how to clone this, so we're going to do the same thing. Click it, actions, image and templates, launch more like this. Oh. Okay, let's go ahead and turn this on to start instance. So once this one's running, it should allow us to clone it, pending. Okay. All right, so we're running now. We'll go ahead and go to actions, image and templates, launch more like this. Employee web app, I'm going to rename this number 3 so we keep track of these. This looks good. It's all pre-selected. Key pair, we didn't set a key pair, so we're going to just proceed without key pair. Auto enable, auto assign public IP should be enable. So this all looks good. And we'll go down to advanced details. And what we're going to do is we're going to add in our name for the bucket. Okay, and then we're going to launch instance. All right, we'll wait for this to load up and become available, and we'll test it in a second. Okay, now that we have 2 out of 2 checks passed, let's go in here, copy our IP, paste it into a new window, and see if our web app is working. Here it is, it's working. So this is what we expect right now. We can't interact with the site yet, but we will be able to soon when we launch our database. So stick around.